Hello everybody and good evening to High Playing Games. It's normally Motorsport Manager on a Thursday, but because of I was going to be live streaming that game and my PC's been having a bit of a strop to try and basically get to the end of the Motorsport Manager playthrough. We're past 130 episodes, goodness me. So I thought, well, I actually have time to live stream this evening for a couple of hours. So let's pick up on Heaven's Vault, of which we are on episode 5, 6. So, Alia's search for the roboticist Yannicki Remba has ended at the wreckage of his ship. Remba was looking for the Vault, an ancient observatory he believed to hold the only hope of preventing darkness from overtaking a nebula. Perhaps other ancient sites like the moon, where the ancient god statues were sculpted, will yield more clues. Meanwhile, Six has remembered a strange ritual in a stone circle. Can Alia find old friend Ori help uncover the robot's past? We will see, we will see. So, at the end of last episode, we got Saya, who we found on one of our abandoned moons that we've been travelling around on. So, we've got quite a few things that we can get up to and do, essentially. So we are here. Six believes this region to be where the curious altar piece came from, and the other artefacts from Money area. The oldest I've ever seen. What the place was, I have no idea, but I don't know enough to find that site yet. My friend the mechanicist Ori lives in a citadel in Elbereth. She must have finished looking at the crown by now. Remember, we gave her the huge crown to take a look at. Elbereth also seems like a good place to take Saya, who is the lady that we've got issues. Well, not issues with. The lady that we've just picked up with on the moon. I will, I think, do a bit of a round robin round old places as well. But let's go to Elbereth first to not get rid of Saya, but to get that way. So let's go through Eagle's Pass. Go right momentarily, myths. Don't mind if I do. Sire, Remba told me that he was looking for an observatory. He found a boat. Remember, that's what we uncovered in our dig at the end of last episode. What is an observatory? An observatory is a place for watching the stars. It's the turn. I couldn't see which way we were supposed to go. Oh, I see. He did find something then. An artifact. A telescope, I think. Once he found it, that was when he left. He barely even tied up the tent. Naughty Yannicki. I think he took something similar from a ruin near Morassi. Let's get the right way. That might have been a telescope. Perhaps he was collecting them. Who knows? You can sail for a while, Six. Thank you, mistress. Elbereth. Ori wanted me to see her. I think she must have discovered something about the crown. I didn't realise passing control to 6 meant that we skipped part of the story. Do we have to come here again? Stop complaining, 6. Thank you, Alia Alassi. I'll be alright from here. Will you go back to the markets? If I can find something else, I will not. If I cannot, then at least I have a place there. I've never had so much choice before. Before I go, I have something for you. The excavation on Elbereth Moon ended as soon as we found that ship on the ground. I was there. We found a hatch filled with dull gemstones. 1 or 2 looked valuable to me. I kept a little for myself. What kind of crystal is it? I have no idea. But he thought it was valuable. And I do not want it anymore. Is there anything more you can tell me about Renber's work? No, I've told you all I know. Good faith to you. Well, she's going to be all right. The telescopes Renber found. They must be linked to the observatory somehow. If these scopes were perhaps in communication with each other, Mistress, and enabled Renber to locate one from another, perhaps their connection to the observatory might be similarly traceable. That is a good point, 6. Let's approach the grate and go to see Ori. Oh, hang on, remark. We know Renber found a telescope on a crashed ship, another on a ruin near Moresi. But we did better. We found one more on the cratered moon, with the ramps. Triangulation of something. The data is indeed thin. What would help? More telescopes, Mistress. A triangulation requires 3 or more points. If we assume the telescope was aboard the ship was bound for or taken from somewhere near Elbereth... Wait, Mistress. Boink. Here's what I don't understand about Renber 6. What makes a roboticist take up treasure hunting? What got him started? A robot mistress? Good point. Where do we want to go? We want to go this way. Yes. How's the trade today? Bristling. Oh, she's such a moose, that woman. What now? I wanted to ask you something. Leave me alone. Ugh, moose. I don't think we'll ever get her to talk about anything normal. Let's see what Ori has done with the crown. This doesn't look right. No, it doesn't. The door is open. Oh, God. Ori's in trouble. Unclear, mistress. There are no signs of injury here. No blood. Someone held this over. Did Ori fall behind in the debt? This is because of that crown. Almost certainly. You told Miari about the crown. She's my primary user, mistress. I do not have a choice over what I tell her.
Someone had ripped through Ori's stuff like a wind. Had she been here when it happened?
Whoever did this didn't spare anything. Ori? Ori? They must have been looking for something. The place has been turned upside down. So it would seem, mistress. There's nothing else missing. It's all been thrown about, but it's still here. Mistress Ori kept the crown hidden then. Where is she 6? I'd require more information, mistress, but there's no sign of violence here. Maybe she got away. One can hope so. Can't see anything else here. We can't get to the back door.
Had she clambered to safety out of the window or cowered beneath a table? Back in the orphanage, we'd done both.
We have to find her. Mistress, we don't know where she is. We'd better go. Perhaps she was not there, mistress. Perhaps she's quite safe elsewhere. Do you think so? There is no indication of injury, mistress. We have one new artifact to trace. Time to go? Nope, I want to look for Ori. Very good, mistress. Where is she? I shouldn't have got her involved. Involved in what, mistress? In whatever it is that's going on. This is a moon of thieves. Anyone might have taken it. Or her. Good faith to you. Good faith. Do you know Ori, the machinist? Do you know where she is? You're from Iox? I work on Iox. I was born here. I see. I hear Lady Ori had some trouble with a woman from Iox. I wondered if that woman was you. Good faith to you. Ah. Let's go to Tappy. Tappy might have an answer. Or some more idea. Alia, come on in. So, Tappy, do you know Ori? The machinist in the yard near the auction square. Ori, of course. I know her name at least. Why? Her shop was broken into. How unpleasant. I'm afraid that sort of thing still happens here sometimes. Let's ask another question. Another thing, Tappy. Did Rember ever try to sell you artifacts? My dear. The only person who comes in here shopping for old goods is your delightful self. And if there was anyone but you offering my anything, I'd throw them out. Let's show him an artifact. Show him the mask fragment. This is an ancient wooden fragment from a boat mast. I could pick that up in a junkyard. And in one piece too. You're not dealing with some gutter trader here. Ooh. The sculpture made at the Pre-Empire site. Dating before the Steel Empire. Very nice. I've seen something like this only once before. Since it's you, I'll show you. Put that thing away. This one's too good to muddy with business. Put it away. Now, let me see. Yes, this is it. Ooh, that looks funky. Just look at this glorious thing. It's enormous. I don't even know what it is. And I found it just sitting in the grass by the Cat-Kiss gate like a fat, lost cat. Here. I thought it might be a child's toy. But who would make something so beautiful for a child? It moves. The circles rotate. They all rotate. You push one and everything rotates. Why would you want that? I don't know. I was hoping you might twist here and squeeze there and pop. No. Well, no matter. I'd rather you didn't break it. I don't see any inscriptions. I've been over it with my glass. I couldn't find any either. Do you want me to find out where it came from? What a good idea. Thank you very much. It's so unusual I don't know who I'd find to trade it with anyway. But maybe if you find out where it came from, you could let me know. I've shown this thing to Oroi, to my mother. None of them understand the way we do, Elia. You're a star amid 1,000 sparks. Do I have another artifact to show him, actually? Something else. I can't remember if we've shown him the broken devotional icon. Fair, if not exemplary. Still, I can probably shift it on to someone. I've not seen anything quite like that. I might be able to make you an offer. Here we are. A heavy hammer. And there's some inscribed characters. Oh, good. Love an inscription. This one is fragmented from a larger sentence. Hello, Roy. Hope you're well. Work is life. I'm convinced my translation for work is right now. Yes. I'm also certain of life. Yes. Now, we've had this translation come up before. I'm sure of it. I think this comes from the same source as the lantern and the model I found here before. There must have been a strong connection between these two sites. This will make the Steel Empire site easier to locate. So, you've seen it. The hammer for your broken devotional icon of a thin god. Let's not trade. Thank you for letting me see it. But no. Something else perhaps another time. Safe and sound. If there's more, let me look another time when my eyes have recovered. He always gets the hump. Oh no, he's still... okay. See you later, Tappy. May your steps stay steady, Alia Alastra. So he doesn't know where Oroi's gone either. We have a few new artifacts to consider. Should we leave now? What about Oroi? She is either safe or she is not safe. Either way, I do not see how you can help her. This is all my fault. The crown was obviously valuable, and I pushed it onto her. We did, to be fair. Right. Solvable. Oh, crumbs. How is this now solvable? This book tells hey, nice. I'm going to go for true, because we know every time there's a cross in front of a symbol, that's like the negative version of something. And if I already think that that is deceive, then that is false, which therefore means that that is true. Translate. Oh, trophy. Translations, discoverer of something. It fades off. Listen to me, friend, and me will tell you a story. Here is my story. More translations. Found in a childhood-bound book. This book holds life. I think we're doing well, because this all narrows down what we're up to. Hello, we remember this. Way too smart for our tiny brains. Ah. Bless this. So that means that bless is now correct. Bless this. House or place. We know that that's garden. That kind of makes me think house for the time being. Cool. Several sites, all recording the rivers from different viewpoints, all recording one particular spot. And Yannicki stumbled onto it. Yes, he did. Yes, I was going to be live streaming Motorsport Manager to try and bundle through an entire season in an evening, but it didn't happen. Mistress, you should know I'm most suspicious of your arrangement with Tappy. But you don't report suspicions to Miari, do you? The Professor requires 70% certainty before a report is required, Mistress. Have a quick look in the slums, just in case. Might get some information from our bartender guy. Mistress. What's the matter? I have a result, Mistress. Oh, hello. Into the camera. What kind of result? It does scare me that the options go too quickly in this. The triangulation of the telescopes, Mistress, that Remba found, assuming they were recording devices transmitting data to each other and to a central source, assuming they were positioned deliberately to cover a particular sector of the nebula from angles, while maintaining a line of sight to the central source, Mistress, I believe I've found Remba's observatory. Evidently, it's been far further than we've ever been. How far is this observatory? 6. Significantly further than the air tanks of the Nightingale would allow, Mistress. Okay. Alia. I'll wait here, mistress. Timur, I need to find Oroi. Something's happened to her. What sort of something? I think she's been kidnapped. Her place was turned over, ransacked. She owed some money? I'm sure it's my fault. You haven't heard anything? No. But if I do, I will let you know. Enjoy. You're too good to me, Timur. I could be better, you know. Ew, creepy! Timur, I'm never going to marry you. You need to stop asking. I know you won't. That's why I ask. Maybe one day I'll say yes just to spite you. Now, you shouldn't tease an old man. Especially one with solid income, gold teeth and assets. Oh, good teeth and assets. That would be worse. The water moon I told you about. Did you ever look into it? I did. I'm told you really weren't exaggerating. I wasn't. It could be a big thing for us here. Have I done something wrong, Alia? You must have known when you told me. It's a historical site. An ancient graveyard dating back to the first days of the Empire. You can't just strip it down. Isn't that what you do? You take what you want and move on, isn't that right? I try to understand the places I find. Well, it's all just talk for now, at least. Anyway, for your trouble, something we found out there. Ooh, good. I think it's a splintered pocket knife. It's nice, isn't it? Looks like it dates from the Steel Empire. And there's an inscription on the hilt. It's unbelievably small. Yes. This is a broken fragment from an even longer phrase. Don't mind if I do. Oh. Ooh. This doesn't look right. I've done something wrong. Yes, you have. So that's not Emperor. So that then becomes... Ah, One temple. This doesn't feel right. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I can add the translation for 1 to my dictionary for now. Yay! So that's a cross-up of empire and house to me, or place. So that to me makes me think empire. One empire for all? I think this comes from the same place as the hammer and the lantern I found here earlier. That suggests people often travel between these two places. They should make the Steel Empire site easier to find. Noish. Still quiet though. There was a rush yesterday, maybe the day before. 2 people, Timor, 2 people. I have something for you. It's a kind of antler figurine of an armless god. Ooh. This looks like something from the Steel Empire. It doesn't have anything marked on his body. I'll have it though. I'd say this comes from the same source as the splintered knife and the hammer. Should make the location easier to find. Thanks, Timor. You have my gratitude. And good faith to you, Alia. Still not sipping the drink. I'm waiting for it to be poison. Trust nobody. Plus I don't want drunk stuff happening in this game. See you around. Don't be a stranger. Game on 6. We have a few new artifacts to consider. We've also learnt enough to pinpoint one new location, Rember's Lost Observatory. Shall we leave now? Let's do it. But we aren't going to the moon yet. I want to do a bit of a round robin, if people don't mind. But that was a good visit to Elbereth. Plus I want to see if Oroi pops up somewhere random. After we got her kidnapped. Or at very least ransacked. Oh, ow. I was thinking about that boat Rember found. Found a fragment of anyway. The Empire never used ships that large. And it was too old, too long buried. You've never seen a ship like it? This changes our history, Six. There must have been a whole age before the Empire, when ships like great whales crawled the rivers. But doing what? Trading, mistress? Most likely. An age of sail. Before the Empire was even founded. Before the Empire locked down the nebula. Okay. So it seems to want me to go to Iox. We've still got the last thing over there. Oh, why would it like me to go to Renaki? Renaki is the market moon. He said he'd sent us searching for an observatory. I could go there next. You could. Or we could go for the Steel Empire site. The Age of Sail site. Let's go. Where should we go? Where should we go? Where should we go? Let's go Steel Empire site. Chart to somewhere new. Either river leads ahead. Cool, we'll go this way. Ooh. As I struggle to actually navigate the winds and rivers of the sky. The Nightingale herself must be an Age of Sail ship. She's about the right age, I think. And she's still witherworthy after all this time. Whoop. Ah! Bless the wind indeed. That's like me after a Saturday night curry. Oh, what we got? Let's approach the ruin. A ruin! It's a ruin from a Steel Empire mistress. Wait, I found dented brass incense burner just floating out there. The base would seem to be inscribed with symbols. Shock. This is a longer line of... right, okay. It gets so much more tricky. Right, parents... It's a good thing the Earth is not flat, or else she might have blown over the edge at that speed. Indeed. Oh, it doesn't quite fit, does it? Take us. Is that everything? So that than definitely isn't right. Mistress, that translation is correct. There must be another phrasing. Yes, I'm sure there is. Right, so the than is crap. Our parents, that's a negative in there, but we just don't have the negative word yet. Oh, I've done it again. Us. That's a lot of glyphs, but I think it must say R. Are we going to get parents as well? It's a long one, but I'm confident it says parents. Yes. I think that's a way. Do not, cannot. So that's may not. I'm going to go with cannot. Our parents cannot take us away. That will do for now. I think this comes from the exact place we're after. We must be near. This will make the exact spot easier to locate. Just as well. Oh. There are new waters to the right, I believe, that will also go to our destination. Cool. This is a region of weaker flow once more, mistress. Creepy music abound. What's wrong with the river here? The currents in this region are unusually weak. The rivers here are losing their integrity. Perhaps it's how the Steel Empire was lost. Oh, hello. Coming up on the left. Alright, phone, telling me I've got 13 updates. Weird apps. Go on, 6, what you got for us? Recovered a short-handed sailor's knife. Wonder how long it's been there. On the back of the blade. There's a message. Never. There's precision needed for this. Christ. How have you managed to get that on a knife? Give yourself every By all the waters. I'll see what Huang makes of it when we get back to the university. I didn't have a chance to not make that turn. Where are we going? I'd say this was made on the site we're looking for, though. We're on the right track. I didn't think this ship could move through weak flows like this. But it seems like whoever built the Nightingale knew what they were doing. Better than me. Okay, oh, that was the ruin, wasn't it? Who did build the ship, mistress? Good question, 6. Ah, it feels good to be back on a real river again. We need to turn left up ahead. Okay, on it. And it looks like a righty. Around the spaghetti junction. Have we just gone back round in a circle again? Frank told me of something inside the Chronicles of Mazwai. There's an old poem about sailing the fiery path. I wonder if this is what it meant. The spray in the water. It's certainly not fiery, mistress. Oh, a ruin. Is a spaghetti western better than a spaghetti junction? Yes. Definitely is. I prefer spaghetti on a plate though. Spaghetti bolognese wins both of that. Nom 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 nom. I didn't actually read what was going on there, so let's see what the hell we're supposed to be doing. It is fractured. Hey, I can add my translation for open to my dictionary now? Yes. What about again? And again must be right too. Yes. I still think this is temple. Temples will open again. I think that's correct. Yes. Really? I'd say this was made on the exact site we're searching for. It must be close by. You keep saying this, Six. Oh, we've got a bit stuck. Are we sailing around in circles? Yes. Not if we follow the path. Alright, Six. The sparkles appear to be settled from our passing, mistress. We're sweeping them away as we sail. A moon of sculptures. Or sculptors, sorry. I don't know what to expect. It better be pretty. Towering statues. Perhaps we'll find the full version of those feet on Elbereth. That's a good shout. Oh, hello. Perhaps that statue is entirely a pair of feet. Sculptor's Canyon. Ah, here we go. Here's an area of minor flow, mistress. Ooh, this looks funky. It seems we've not been down either of these paths before, mistress. No, we have not. I wonder why it's flashing. Not many boats out on these rivers, are there? No. Not met any friends. Not been pirated yet. Ahoy, sailor. Well, that was just a giant circle. So we've done that bit. If the water droplets are leading us right, let's go right then. Which way? 6? I do not know, mistress. Oh, let's go this way. Our additional information has now placed us outside of the search zone, mistress. Quick, let's get back in again. Okay, we're back in again. Six believes this region to be where the cult... Okay, so we've got several different loops that we can get around. So this time... Right, let's go right then left. We're going in circles, mistress. Kind of. Last time we went right. It's okay, we're not going right this time. The water droplets are leading us right. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go right. Do not turn right, mistress. Okay. Come on. Don't see how I couldn't have turned right there, but there we go. Let's go left this time. My map reading skills must be a bit shit, because I thought this was where we should have gone first time. We're just going round. What have I done? I used disorientated as 6 now. Yes. Right, so we went right. I want to go right once more. So, right. Christ. So sorry. We are not going in circles, 6. Shut up. Leave it to me. Right, so in my head we go right. And then we go right again. Because this was where he was like, don't go right. But I wonder if that was like a laggy bit of conversation. There we go. There's something here. Shock! Christ. I'm so sorry. It's the only problem with this game. And I don't want to pass controls to 6 because that then doesn't help you advance bits of story and find other stuff. Is this where the ancients carved their statues? We'll find out.
Sometimes when you find a place, you find it overflowing with humanity, with life, with joy, with family, with struggle. Flames that burn so brightly they can still be seen as dancing shadows, hundreds, thousands of years later. And then other places are not like that.
I think this might be the latter by the looks of it. Right, let's have a quick look at solvable inscriptions quickly. Gods will open stars, done. I will sail again. Done. Okay, we've not been able to confirm any of the rest of that. Right. This moon is barely habitable, mistress. It seems unlikely it was ever occupied. Perhaps something happened. What could have happened to do this, mistress? The soil here is rock dust. The air is no more than backwash. Nothing has ever grown here. Doesn't look great, does it? Oh, hello. What is this place? A metal rail. A track. Were they quarrying? Mining? Or just carrying away the spare rock from the carvings? Let's go this way first. Ooh, an overturned cart. It's just like the one on the dig site where we met Sire. Inscription time, everyone. Ooh, new. It's upside down. This was meant to be mistress. The cart's upside down. Right, of course. I like it. You are something of Nebula. I believe I remember the word for the Nebula mistress. Thank you. You are... I'm going to say blood. Because that's life and river. Life, river, blood. Does you are blood of Nebula work? Doesn't seem nonplussed either way. Let's keep having a little look. What we got? Something in the dust. A yellow scrap of canvas. I'd estimate it dates from the early days of the nebula. In the fabric is an embroidery. Ooh. This is one... Oh, a bit of a tattered bit of clothage. Stars. Stars above and wind below? I'm sure my translation for below is right now. Cool. Which means that that is above, surely. I can still change my mind, but stars above and winds below? Most likely this comes from the same site as the mask fragment and the fragment of sailcloth that we found on Rember's dig site. It must have been common to travel between the two places. Should help us work out what we're looking for. So it should, my love. Careful. So I was reading up on this game because apparently there's multiple endings that you can get to. So if you do a new game plus on this, apparently they make the translations even harder with more symbols and stuff in. So that would be interesting. Not that I'll broadcast that, but if I do go for the second playthrough for a different ending. Why would anyone live here? This place is terrible. It sounds just like Essex, where I live. Just to work? How did anyone live here? There's nothing. No water, nothing. Here. It's an opening. It'll be dark down there, mistress. Try not to trip over your feet.
The wind died as we entered the tunnel.
Opens up ahead.
The air was ice cold and smelled of rust.
Stay close. Indeed, mistress.
Then we came out into a wide open space. Through all the murky dark, I could make out shapes, clinging like spiders to the rock.
I don't like it here, mistress. You don't like anything, 6. Mistress, the chasm in the rock appears extremely deep. Proceed with caution. Clamber across the cart? I don't think so. Let's have a look at other stuff first. Crates. If we could open these, it might tell us what this place was for. But they're nailed shut. Ah, we should have had the hammer. I haven't seen contraptions like this before. Maybe in the cratered moon with the ramps. This site is older than the Empire, mistress. Older than Iox, at least. It's hard to imagine how this was built. This place must have been quite an operation in its time. All this for statues? We're missing something. How can you tell? The materials and joinery appear complex. Metal interlaced with stone and clay? Significant engineering skills must have been lost. We knew knowledge had been lost. I mean, look at you. But I do wonder where it all went. There must have been a way across once. There are buildings over there. Storerooms? Barracks? I thought this place was used by sculptors. I was expecting an artist's commune, not whatever this is. Ramps. You noticed? Of course I noticed. Ramps mean robots. This place was colonized then. Where are the buildings? People need places to live, markets, bathhouses. There's something very wrong about this place. I want to get back down again because there was symbols. Oh, together we are. I know a couple of these words. I'll guess the rest. I'm going to say strong for now. Together we are strong. Any chance there are still some robots here? We could ask them about what they were doing. There is every chance, mistress. I was buried on Iox for some considerable time and did not impair my functionality. Ooh, it's exactly like the turret we saw before. On the cratered moon with the ramps. It must be from a similar period. It seems robots get everywhere. It just suggests there was once a lot more of us. But that is natural, I suppose. A control room. Positioned with a view out over the walkways. We've seen this design before. These are for robots. Any inscriptions? None. I would have expected something. No doubt whoever used the panel knew what it was, mistress. Ooh, this one's been broken apart. The wiring's been ripped out. Why would someone do that? To make it work? Or to stop it from working? So let's try turning it on, shall we? See if it still works. And if it does, and it causes this chamber to collapse, it would make a control panel to do that. A mining operation reliant on explosive charges? Nothing's going to collapse. 6. Nah. Human optimism. I've never understood such an obvious evolutionary flaw. Very well, mistress. Let me see. Ah, yes, I comprehend. The control requires me to stay in proximity to it, mistress. Otherwise it will reset. Why? Why would a robot need to guard a bridge control like that? It is not tiring, thankfully. I'll be right back. Quick look around here. Oh, another inscription. You, that then becomes your. Work makes rivers flow. Almost closed, but stuck on something. An ornamental chunk of wood from a hole, dating from ancient times. It's been inscribed too. She's so lucky managing to get all of these bits and bobs. It's a broken piece from a longer phrase. Do not. Hang on. I think stars must be right. I'm gonna say sail tiny star, because we know that that's low, which then makes me think that that's small or breathe. Does sail tiny stars light make sense? I'll let Huang have a go later. Clearly not then. I'd hazard that this comes from the same place as a scrap of canvas I found here before. Good.
Once, I'd found a hangar underground on Elbereth.
Hope these things were soundly built. 6. I hear you, mistress. Scaffolding. If this was the place for carving sculptures, perhaps the statues were set into frames whilst their sculptors worked on them. I can't jump down. It's far too far. Let it go, 6. Ah. Oh, okay, that's okay. Phew. I still cannot reach you, mistress. The iron cart has moved. But there is a gap I cannot jump. Can't you hop her over the gap? Is there an eye? Can't hop her without an eye. I'm not magical. Just don't look down, Alia. This isn't Elbereth. There's no tent canvas to catch you down there. Perfect. Mistress, come back.
A narrow shelf of rock jutting from the chasm wall. Grey buildings watched me with empty eyes.
Cloth. Beds. There must have been whole families down here. We'll come back to that in a second. Scratch symbols. Don't mind if I do. There's a few words in this one. We No, no good. I'd have to start again and try it a different way. By the goddess. These panels seem different. They've been sliced open. Like someone wanted to get at the wiring. Let's see. If I get my hand under here... Ooh, misses. Got it. Aha. And if I twist here, I think that's going to hold. Reconnect that wiring as well. What does that do? Nice. On my way, mistress. Such a good little robot. That should hold. Mistress, I feel stuck. Why? The walkway's in place, but I'm not. Oh, hello. What is this place? A stone shrine? Like the ones in the Emperor's graveyard. A grave. Or a grave marker, anyway. This is a memorial to those that died. Hundreds of people. Symbols, precisely cut into the stone. Such delicate work. What we got? This is one end of a broken fragment of text. Sail. Home. Oh no, hang on. Sail safe. In your... I can add the translation for your to my dictionary. Yes. Star here. Sleep? Sail safe in your sleep. Is this a memorial? There's no reason to build bricks in here. To build a wall over rock. But each brick is carved. Names. Marked in the Elberethian way. Hundreds of names. There must be 200 to 300 of them. The ones lower down are older. What is this place? Can't do anything else with that. Good to be out of there. Right. Let's disconnect this one's wiring. Be with you shortly. Oh, 6. Please do no Earth exploring again. Oh, hello. That's not what I wanted to have happen. You made it across? The walkways are most stable, mistress. Impressively engineered. I still believe we should hop her back, however. Stay by this panel, 6. Don't follow me. Mistress, I do not approve. I do. Right. I don't care about your approval, 6. There's no other way I'll get across this chasm, and you know it. It's perfectly safe. Probably. Right. Did I just do... Damn you, puzzles. So I need to disconnect that one and then get 6 to sort it out. Boom. Six, raise the walkway. Thank you. Are you going to hold the control long enough for me to go down, 6? Of course I can, mistress. But I do not know how much the ramp can take. If you must go, try not to be slow. Don't break the control panel, 6. And you watch your step, mistress. There are
Deep
holes.
pits had been cut down into the rock, while overhead, a natural opening yawned into space.
Some kind of mine? What's this? Scattered rocks. Fallen through the hole of the roof, I suppose. They're only right here, which is strange. Whew. Seems to go on forever. It doesn't, of course. I still wouldn't want to fall in it. Let's see how deep you go. Still falling. That's a long way. Deeper than any statue could need. There's a ladder going down. Mistress, I can see you. Mistress, please desist. Not yet, not yet. Why would sculptors climb down into a pit? Was this place converted into something else? What other ones have we got? I mean, that one's got a light on, the other two doesn't. Mistress, please don't climb down the ladder. I implore you. Just making sure that the other ones... Maybe there was a ladder here. There isn't now. There's something carved inside of the edge. Of course there is. It's Heaven's Vault, for goodness sake. This is 2 words, not one. But where does one word end and the next one start? I'm not convinced. I'm convinced my translation for true is correct now. Would you look at the heart? So that's what go is, so then that must be stay. Stay true. That'll do for now. It's a strange motto for a sculpture. Or a sculptor, rather. That is true. Sorry, 6. Ha ha ha. I go by the waters. Tunnels. Can you hear me, 6? I don't want to be down here. I suppose not. An old basket for hoisting things up. Wait, I don't feel... The air down here must be poor or poisoned. If there's anything here, I should find it quickly. Empty.
I was stumbling over my own feet. My lungs were burning.
By the goddess and her imposters. What are you? Is that an eye? But only one eye. Like a god. But why are you the wrong way up? What was that? A flash of light? The stone is crude work, but then again, done almost in darkness. Again. Just as I spoke. I wonder what's back here. Bless the waters. Symbols carved inside the glass. I know. Of course there's a symbol engraved too. Exactly. We know our game. Oh, we know that is prey as well, I think. Alright. Another long one, but I think it must say blessing. Hurry up! I can feel my health going down. Ask for my blessing. Now, Alia, you go now. Yeah, we need to get out before we die. Where is that robot when I need it? Well then, it's not so high. Climb, curse you. Just climb. No!
My head was spinning.
How do I get myself into these messes? Although, I suppose I won't do any more. Six. Nothing. Robots can't have worked to mine. There must have been people doing that while robots oversaw it. Oh, it was down that one, wasn't it, you idiot? Mwah. The air down here is like acid. I can't breathe. Did you hear me? Can you even... Ooh. Somewhere new. My surroundings have changed. Curious.
I had travelled the nebula in an eye blink.
Am I alive?
It wasn't possible, but I'd done it.
Did I die? Did I loop? But this is Elbereth, isn't it? It saved me. The gods saved me. It sent me home. I'd better take a moment to get my bearings, though. Did I come here through the gate? It's a hopper. I thought hoppers only worked over short distances, over a line of sight. But then, maybe it has a line of sight to the mine. I wonder if it could take me back again. I wonder how you'd even turn it on. If you only say the right thing, perhaps you could go anywhere. If there's a word to make the gate carry you away, then I'm sure I don't know it. Give up. If the hopper on this thing does have a word, I can't guess it. Okay. Let's do some solvable. This book tells a true story. That surely must be ask then. Right, so if Catkiss then takes us to... I'm assuming it will still take us back to the top. Yeah, it does. Okay. Mistress, there you are. My ethical core has been most concerned. 6. You sailed back here? It turns out I am the most efficient sailor. How did you find me? I was informed of your location by the Elbereth Gate Mistress. So the gate told you where to find me? Indeed, Mistress. Its core observed your arrival, of course. It recognised you and wished you to return to, well, the gate believes that you belong to me, Mistress. It was informing me that my property had been located. How did it tell you? I received a communication, Mistress. It called me. I'm most glad you're intact. I was not looking forward to explaining the loss to Professor Miari. Perhaps we should return to the ship now, Mistress? I'll take that as a no. You're telling me the gate can think? It has a core, Mistress. As do you and I. I have not dissuaded the gate from its hypothesis, Mistress. It seems a useful state of affairs. A happy misunderstanding. I think we're done here. Neat party trick, indeed. Mistress, I'm receiving a message from Piessa Miari. Put her through. Alia? I want you back on Iox, Alia. With Remba gone, I need someone else. Waste no time. I have something I must tell you. Professor? What is it now? She's encoded no kind of reply to that, Mistress. It appears to have been sent in haste. Nothing else new to show. Oh, no, this thing, that's it. I'm your mother. I wondered if this thing Tappy gave us was a compass, but no matter how you fiddle with it, it only points where I point it. Indeed, Mistress, in my opinion, it has more of the appearance of a spatial calculator. A spatial calculator? Indeed. Somehow, by levelling the rings, one outputs the direction of whatever it is the device is intended to calculate. But such a calculator would clearly only work in a fixed point in space. So I can't see the purpose of it. I can. Once we found our triangulation point, we'd be good. Ho-hum. Prepare your chocs 6. Okay, so we wanted to go to Iox. I feel like we've done the Steel Empire mine for now. We've still got that to go to. Iox is where... we could go for Age of Sail, we could go for Renaki. And the fact that Renaki has been orange for a while. Right, let's do Iox, since we've had that piece of drama. We can pick up the rest afterwards, I think. And then I shall call this specific episode of the stream Diddly Dundles. Nearly. There we go. Ignore the next branch, mistress. Will do. Iox. Set us down 6. Let's see what drama Miari's got us into now. I'm sure it will leave us on a cliffhanger. Are we out getting lost again? What are you saying, Roy? It's almost like you come to expect half an hour of each of these streams having a drama. Hopefully this won't take long. Hopefully she doesn't banish us afterwards so that we can then go and speak to Huang. Perhaps there was a telescope device in the stand on the roof, near the ruin near Moresi. Perhaps Yannicki took it. That might imply our telescope contains extractable data. That is true. We should have a trip to Moraki on the way to Morasi. Don't know how to respond to that statement, mistress. Perhaps I should say, oh no, you didn't? I did. It saved me. It hoppered me to Elbereth. I kind of feel like I shouldn't have said that to Six. Let us see what the old wolf wants. Alia. And the robot. What do you call it? Six? I came like you asked. Thank you, Alia. I know it must feel like I order you around. I don't mean to do that. I hope you know I respect you. Of course. Time is against us all, and I've decided to take you into certain confidences. Time? What do you mean? Professor, are you ill? It's more serious than that. You understand the loop, don't you, Alia? You've been on Iox long enough to know it isn't just a story for children. Be good and you'll be reborn. So people say. Let's not piss her off. It is the truth. The loop sustains all. Everything comes again. Every worse thing. Time is revolving, Alia. Iox will not always stand. The fall is coming again, and it is coming to us soon. Iox fell, Alia. The empire collapsed. Our protectorate is the empire of old, and the fall will come again. And if we are not ready for it, we will not survive. What are you hoping to find? Everything on Iox was destroyed. So we thought. That's what Remba was doing for me out there, trying to learn how the fall will occur. But Remba found something inside one of his robots. Found what? I don't know. The robot told him something. Set him to digging up something on a moon near Elbereth. He hired labourers from Elbereth markets to do the work. And then I heard nothing until he sent me that brooch. But the robot knew about the fall, Alia. The robots know everything. The robots might know, but they can't remember. Six barely remembers being woken. Rewoken. The robots have no memory of what came before they were buried here and wiped clean. But I don't think a robot can truly forget. No more than a soul in a loop can be lost. The loop sustains all, Alia, all. What do you want me to do? The fall is coming, Alia, faster than we think. Find what Remba found. We have to know what will happen. Professor, have you heard about an ancient observatory? That's a curious question. I met this robot on the ruined moon. I think it was Rember. I think he left a message to find an observatory. Interesting. Let me show you what Rember found. 6 to me. Professor? Sleeset. Angset. Set Siang. What language is that? You don't know? It's ancient. Rember discovered that robots' cores can be accessed directly, verbally, if you know the right words. Set Siang. It wants you to ask it a question. What question? Alia, I'm giving you the chance to talk directly to the ancients you've been chasing all your life. Don't you want to take it? It sounds a lot like Elbereth Patois. I knew it was old, but I'm only guessing here. Salehwa? Salehwa iya humeki riari. Huameki? That's a pretty bad thing to call someone. But then, so is Salehwe. Elberethans are really talking in ancient... I remember a few words of Patois anyway. Catkiss? Catkiss, a hey-bo... whatever that is. What is it talking about, Alia? Give me a moment. How is 6 talking ancient? I think all robots speak ancient internally, but Rember found a way in, a word. Malifar. It means fall. Mia? Malifar. Wetzali Malifar Ori Elboref. Katikuis Malifar Bo Meki Siabor. Blah 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 blah. That's as far as I've managed to go. Alia, I need you to do better. Can all robots do this? I have no idea, Alia. But this isn't just any robot. 6 was Rember's. Setsiang. Six was Rember's actual robot? And you didn't tell me? When Rember disappeared, the robot was simply here. I wondered if it might help you find whatever Rember found. It still might. And there isn't anything else you're not telling me. Most likely, Alia. But I don't spend my time worrying about what I haven't told you. Now please, get some sense from this machine if you can. Let's do Malifar. Mori is Elberethian Patuis. It means near. Miyaki is a robot. Perhaps Meki is similar? It's waiting for an answer, I think. Kashikuis? Ifarali? Ifarali Ifarboti. Boti is, well, it's a mild curse on Elbereth. It means by the stars. Setsiang? Professor, what is it you think I can do? When Iox fell, Alia, the palace here was overrun. There were hundreds slaughtered. The fall has killed almost everyone, people and robots. We know this. But we don't know where they came from, who they were, how they got in, how so many got in. We must know before it happens again. The robots know. Mistress? A phrase has appeared in my mind, Mistress. Heaven's Vault. Oh, trophy. Is this the vault that Remba's ghost was talking about? Heaven's Vault? Worthless. It's a story from the old sea. It's not important. The old sea? The loop says the old sea never existed. It's only a story. I suppose they didn't tell you stories at the orphanage. I'd have told you stories if you'd been with me. Just tell me. Some other time. I have more important matters to consider, as should you. Ah, why is she always so difficult? Yes. Why didn't you tell me what Rembo was doing earlier? Why did you keep it secret? Alia, I've always treated you as warmly as I'm allowed. You know that. Allowed by whom? As Six would say, we all have our primary users. Let's push this further. There's something I wanted to ask you. Yannicki found a huge ship buried in the dust. Much bigger than anything we could sail. A gigantic ship? That's what he found? Just the kind we will soon build, then. Tell me the story of the vault. Very well. Though it will not help you. I think it will, Miari, my love. Once there was an island, home to a wild and wonderful people in the middle of the old sea, and it was sinking. It had always been sinking. The rocks that formed its cliffs and shores were crumbling. The fertile soil was clawed away, grain by grain, by the sea wind. But it happened so slowly that people said it was natural. They believed the island would heal like a wound, until the night came when the sea crept into their houses and swept their children away. The people blamed themselves. They prostrated themselves before altars, They begged for forgiveness, but the sea did not stop. It took their children, then their fields, then all their lower lands. Soon the island was no more than a hill. Kings climbed on kings, all hope was lost. So they felled their last fruit tree to build a boat. The boat was not large, but it was strong. Strong enough to sail beyond the edges of the world. No one knew how far it would have to go to find a shore. And what happened? The boat set sail. It leapt beyond the horizon. No one had ever sailed so far. No one knew if it would ever land. And the boat's name, they say, was the Heaven's Vault. Oh, trophy, the Old Sea. Heaven's Vault is a ship? It's a story for children, Alia, to make them clean their teeth and weed their potatoes. I've no potatoes to mead. Nothing more. I'm sorry you didn't get to be a child on Albereth. Your life here would have been better. Interesting though. Alia? Thank you for the story, Professor. That's all right, Alia. It's good to know you're not too old for stories. Oh, I don't know if I want to... Oh, it won't let me do it anyway. Good. Oh, hello. This is the same design as the one below. I like it even better at this scale. It represents the Great Loop. Truth built inside truth. Okay, no juicy books to find. That was interesting. Be seeing you, Alia. Sure you will, my love. Time to depart, mistress? Not yet. You know me, I've got to have a quick rummage around first. Plus we've got Huang to talk to. The buried god transported me across the nebula. Either that was divine power, or else it was a long-distance hopper. Faith versus science. Love it. Miari said you were Remba's robot before he died. You must have sailed with him for a time. That's why you remember things sometimes. I do not remember him or what he did. I can't be sure what I've done. But I wonder why Miari didn't just tell me that when she gave me to you. She must have known. Let's pop in and see Huang. Hey Huang, how you doing? Let's artifact him. The embroidered scrap. What do you think of this scrap of a pennant? Ah yes, I recognise a word in there, but I don't know what it means. This is fractured from a bigger phrase. Ah, that was it, wasn't it? Ah. This one has a lot of symbol, but I'm pretty sure it translates to dream. Good. Building up that vocab. Let's consider this one again. Look at stars and dream. Believe. I think it's going to be look or watch. Look at stars and dream then. Thanks, Wang. Interesting. I've seen something similar and I think it also had some script. Yes! To your books, boy. It's a picture of a scrap of a sail. It was found floating in Eagle's Pass. Okay. Start of a fragment of text. Fair enough. Home. I've done something wrong here, haven't I? Bear with me. Ah, there it is. I've done something wrong. I think you have. Ah, so it's not wind. That still means home, though. That is still your... I can add my translation for home to my dictionary. Yes. Oh my God. If that's prey and that's sail, prey kind of means that you push towards that. So it's, to me, it's point or lead or find. Let's point your devotion for homework. I don't know. Do you have any more like that? Oh, Wang. Yeah, go on then. See if there's anything we can noink whilst he's about. You ready to go now, mistress? Nope. We've got loads of stuff that we can ask Huang. What do you make of the crystal of Rembar 6? I alight, mistress. I'm detecting strange things, but nothing I can be certain of. The material appears lighter than it is. I can't explain that further. Here he comes, back again. The robot I met on the hideout, Moon 6. It said something strange. Yes, mistress? It said a great darkness was coming. What did it mean? What do you think? Master Rember did not lose his life out there without some cause. True say. Well, let's dive back into the library and ask Huang to look at something else for us. Let's go for the sailcloth again. Now, seen something a bit like that, if I remember rightly, only this one was inscribed. Good-o, good-o. Here it is. It was found adrift in the Western Wash. Certain if my translation for stay is right. Good-o. But my translation to can't be right now. Okay. Helpful. I think it has memory like a computer. I know. Control Alt Delete. I'm going to go for on. And I'll say that is path. Anything else, Huang? Ha! You beauty. Script from a blue scrap of canvas. Found at a Renaki temple. Oh, just a small translation. Christ. Okay. This looks really simple to something else. Stop. And... believe you can be confident in your translation for stop now. Sail. Fasten free, only because that little weird calligraphy Z S thing seems to always be related to life. So fast and free and never stop. Any more, Huang, any more, for any more. Let me see, keeps his eyes there, doesn't move. Go on and take it. We've practically kept these archivists, like, in food and water. You ready to go now, mistress? Not yet. But... oh, question. 6. Did Miari mean what she said about you? That you were Remba's robot before? Is that true? I don't know, mistress. I don't remember him. But it seems like my memories are not mine to control. So do you think Remba wiped your memory? Why? Who knows? Perhaps whatever he discovered he wished to keep. Juicy. Is there any way to get your memories of Remba back? Excuse me. You'd have to ask Remba that question. Perhaps when the loop will bring him back. Alia, you waited. I'd best get on with some work myself now. Oh, Huang. Have you heard of the word sliset before? Sliset? No, I don't think so. Sounds like just the way they talk on Elbereth. But Alia, what's wrong with your robot? Lost his head. Poor 6 indeed. Six? Must be getting old. Mistress, my head. Oh, I found Mazwai's Withering Palace, Huang. It was beyond the garden, just as she wrote. That's wonderful. What was there? Books. Lots of books. I brought you one. It's an original copy of the Chronicle of Mazwai. Alia! It's beautiful. Alia, it's annotated. This is incredible. I'll have to... know if you find anything. Of course. Of course I will. There we go. Made a friend. Made a friend. Slightly broke 6 at the same time. Okay, now I think we're good to go. Oh, maybe not. Alia, good faith to you. Remember must have tried a word of Elberethan when working with 6. Perhaps by chance. He was from Elbereth. Maybe he jabbed his thumb in with a screwdriver and swore. It seems remarkable that this has not been discovered before. But no one on Iox speaks Elberethan Patios. They would never bring themselves to. I've dug on scores of moons, 6. You know I've never found robots buried on any of them. Only on Iox. I assume we were stored there, in case we were needed. I've never been under here. But I don't know. You don't know why you were activated. No, mistress. I'm grateful, but so far my purpose is unclear to me. Oh, Alia. Good faith to you. Why is everyone now chummy? Just make sure there's nothing dodgy around here. If Elbereth Patios is spoken ancient, and the controls for the robots sound like Patios, I suppose the control words are in ancient. Very true. Okay, we can't get into the archive. Right, let's get out of here and then let's end the episode, as this has gone on for a couple of hours. I didn't realise this game was so long, actually. I feel like we're closing in on stuff though. Any inscriptions we can get rid of? Stay true, we made that one. Do not stop work, we found that one on the minecart. May rivers carry you home on the gravestone. Ooh, we've got loads of stuff to get through. Gecko pet that we picked up. Cool. Right, well thank you very much those of you that popped in throughout the stream. Always a pleasure to have people. I appreciate this game is probably not everyone's cup of tea, but I am absolutely loving it. And I hope that my narration is not too horrific throughout. I know Roy has been particularly enjoying it as well, so always a pleasure to have you about. Not quite sure where we're going to go next. We've got several places that we can choose, so we'll either on the start of next episode go through Moresi and Renaki again, just to catch up on that side of stuff. We might go to the Age of the Sail site, as we need to pop through there, and hopefully between visiting those places we might get to find out where the hell Oroi has been kidnapped off to, or hidden herself, and understand what this unknown ancient site is. And the end game, I'm assuming the end game, is to finally get down what on earth, or where on earth, Heaven's Vault is, so that we can go and find it, and perhaps stop the fall of Iox and the current empire today. So, thank you very much for watching. You guys will take care, and have a rummage around Higher Plane Games if you like what you see. Cheers all. Bye.